Alright, hello everybody, this is Shrogs, and today I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on quests and how Voyages work, because you'll see here you can have up to 8. And Voyages, when you turn them in, can randomly give you 1 to 4 quests. Unless it's a legendary quest, something like an Athena's or something like that. Sometimes you'll get like a level 5 emissary quest. That'll fill up all 8 quest slots. Now, I just want to show you how this works, so let's go ahead and just pick up some Voyages really quick. Alright, so we picked up 2 skeleton battles, and I will meet you guys over at my ship. Alright, so whenever you put a voyage down, you'll see these are both the same mission. It's just to kill different people. One is the Jolly Rose, and the one is the Last Lady. So we'll put a quest down, and we'll see what it does for us. Okay, wow, look at that. That's actually really crazy. So 2 things are going to happen here. So one, a certain amount of these are going to be filled out. So we just happened to get 8. I didn't even know that was possible, to be honest. So there's something new to learn right there. But usually it's a randomness of 1 to 4. And basically that's how many quests we have. So if we look at number 1, we need to go to an island and kill 1 guy. If we look at number 2, we have to go to a different island and kill 3 of them. And if we look at number 3, we have to go to a completely different island and kill 2 of them. So the amount of quests that you get is going to be random, but also the amount of skeletons that you have to kill at each island is going to be random as well. So this is randomized between 1 to 4, 4 being the most. So if you put a quest down and it gives you a bunch of 1 skeleton missions, that would be a pretty weak one. Now, this just happens to give us 8 of them, so that's actually really good. You could actually select and choose to just do the 3 or 4 skeleton islands and just skip doing the 1 skeleton islands. Now, when you completely complete a voyage, and when I mean that, I mean complete all 8 missions, nothing happens. It just says you completed it. You don't get any gold. There's no reward. Although I wish in the future that's something that they would add. So what you can do is simply select the voyages that have a good reward, such as a 3 or 4 skeleton crew. In this example, we have 1 skeleton. You'd basically be sailing to an island just to get 1 skeleton skull and maybe a couple other drops when you kill it. So, whereas if you compare that to a 4 skeleton island, you're going there to get 4 times the loot. So these are much more worthwhile doing. So what you can do is set your quest down, set your voyage down to get your quests, and then you could just pick and choose and do all the 4 skeleton islands, or do all the 3 skeleton islands, or you could just do them all. Just realize that there's no benefit to completing all of them. Now, let's say you get... So in this case, I got a really good one. So this is actually, I would set sail and go ahead and start doing the ones that I choose to do. However, that's not always going to be the case. So let's just talk about what would happen if that's not the case. So let's put down the other one and see what we get. Okay, and look at that. We only got 1. We only got 1 quest, and it's only to kill a single skeleton on an island. So, when you're playing the game, just realize voyages are completely random. These were the exact same quest. One gave me 8 quests, and one gave me 1. Alright, guys, so I made a huge mistake, and I did not realize it until editing this video, but this quest, voyage, whatever you want to call it, that only has 1 skeleton mission. Well, this is a chapters quest, and if you notice in this one, it says chapter 1 in the bottom, whereas that other one I put down did not have anything like that. What this means is that when I complete this 1 skeleton mission, it's then going to upgrade to chapter 2, and it's going to give me more skeletons to kill. Now, this is even more RNG, so you don't always get a chapters mission. Sometimes you do, but these ones start worse and become better. So it starts with only 1 skeleton. It'll probably then become chapter 2 and give me like 3 to 4. And then if I complete that, it'll probably give me anywhere from like 5 to 8. And then it might even go to a chapter 4. I don't really know. It's completely RNG. And so these can be good, but you don't know if they're going to be good. So if you get a chapter quest, you know what? Go ahead and do it, and let me know what you find out down in the comments below. But yeah, so take the rest of what I'm saying here with a grain of salt. If you get a 1 skeleton mission, and it's not a chapter mission, just realize that everything I'm saying pertains to that. But since this is a chapter mission, then this could potentially be good and worth doing. And this is only a single skeleton. So it is randomized. So my advice to you guys who are new and starting the game off is if you put a voyage down and it says go kill 1 skeleton, I would just go ahead and cancel the voyage. So now we're out of voyages because we just deleted the 2 voyages that we had. So let's go back and see what our options are now for doing voyages. Okay, so if we talk to the Order of Souls again, she still only has the 1 mission over here. And these ship battles are different. This is always going to just be 1 quest, and it's going to be to go to an island. It's going to be a set reward. There's no randomness to some of these voyages. Skeleton battles are one that is completely random. But she doesn't have any more voyages to kill skeletons. So let's buy this and see what it tells us. No voyages available. Stock will be refreshed at 6 a.m. every day. So basically every day night cycle in the game, once the sun rises, you're going to have new voyages that you can purchase. Now, so your options right now is you could either go to a different island because this same lady on a different island is going to have different voyages, or you can simply log out and rejoin, and it should just put you at a different spot in the game, and you can repurchase voyages. Okay, so let's quickly do this again, but through the gold hoarder. So I'm going to drop all of my voyages. Okay, so we have a couple different missions here. In fact, they're all different. So here we have a vault. Now, I'm not going to go into all the specifics of how these ones work, but these are also random. However, these are going to be one specific vault, so you're going to be getting a vault key. It's going to tell you where to go, and you're going to open up the vault. The randomness of this one is the quality of the vault key. It can be bronze, silver, gold, or something along those lines of basically different qualities. The higher the quality, the better the loot. But you're not going to know that until you get your key. However, with these chests, with these chest voyages where you have to go to an island and dig up chests, these will have a randomness to it. So let's purchase one of those. And we also see we have a voyage that's the same thing as that previous one we just bought, but it's outlined in red. And it tells us specifically that this hoard is buried inside the Devil's Roar. So let's purchase this and take a look at this. So we'll quickly put down our first voyage and talk about the standard chest X marks the spot voyage. So let's vote on it. And let's see what our randomized quest gives us. Okay, so it randomly gave us 3 islands to go to. And it's also, so this island has X's on it where treasure chests are, and it has randomly given us 2 chests to dig up. So that's not a very good voyage, but it's at least better than a 1 chest voyage. And the other upside to this is it has given us 3 of these missions. Whereas it has a chance of giving us, I think, 1 to 4. So that's not terrible. And I guess it must have a really rare chance of giving you 8. I don't know. I've never seen that before, to be honest. That was my first time. So, and I've been playing for a few years. These other voyages are simply, you don't know what you're going to get. It's usually just 1 chest. And you're going to have to go to an island. A lot of people don't like doing these, but it's up to you if you want to do them. They can be a lot of fun to do at first. And once you get a hang of it, you can decide if you want to continue doing them or not. These X mark the spot voyages are really where the money's at because you can have multiple chests. And since this one only has 2 and it has given me 2 voyages that I don't really care to do, I would probably just abandon this. Now let's put our other voyage down. This other voyage is a specialty one because it has the red outline, and it's telling us to go to a certain area in the game, which is the Devil's Roar. Let's vote on the quest and see what it gives us. So here we're going to see that our quests that we have now are red. And we have 1 X marks the spot and 1 little riddle to solve. Both of them marked in red. These red quests, whenever you get them, whether through purchasing a voyage or through finding them on an island or in a barrel, mean that you have to go to the Devil's Roar to complete them. They're going to give you 2 times the gold and experience for completing, as it's going to give you ashen loot. And ashen loot of any kind is twice as valuable as a normal variant of it. For instance, a Marauder's chest versus an Ashen Marauder's chest. The Ashen Marauder's chest is worth 2 times as a normal Marauder's chest. So we even have the red glow of our paperwork, just signifying that this is meant to be done at the Devil's Roar. And this one has 5 chests on it, so that's really good, especially considering that these are going to be 5 ashen chests of random variations. So it could be anything from a seafarer's chest, marauder's chest, to a captain's chest. And if we take a look at the riddle, you're still just going to solve the riddle to get one piece of loot. It may be worth it. It may not be. A lot of people don't like doing them. But again, as I said, if you're new to the game, you might as well learn how to do them, as it can be enjoyable the first few times. Eventually, if you decide you don't like them, then you could just go ahead and do everything else and then abandon it. Let's take a look at what the Devil's Roar is, because it keeps telling us to go there. And you're going to eventually find these novelty missions. The Devil's Roar is found at the bottom right area of the map. And it's the area where you always find volcanoes. There is an outpost there called Morrow's Peak Outpost. And every single voyage that you purchase from the 3 people, from the 3 factions, are going to have that red outline and be worth twice as much as normal voyages. So what this means is if you wanted to make a lot of money and experience, this is the place to do it. There is a drawback though. There are volcanoes that will target your ship and shoot giant boulders at them and can easily destroy your ship, especially if you have no one to protect it. Especially if you're playing by yourself, you could easily be digging up chests, and the next thing you know, your ship has been sunk because it was hit without you realizing it. It's definitely an area I would suggest you go to and play in, because it can be fun, but just realize there is some risk to it. So again, the same thing. We only got 2 quests. Only one of them's good, and this one is really good. So if I were actually to go to complete these, I would actually go do this. However, I'm just talking about this and demoing it, so I'm not going to. But this is definitely one where I would go complete this one right here and turn in a loot. And then I would probably abandon it and skip doing my riddle quest. And so I would just vote to cancel the voyage. Again, there's no benefit, as far as I have ever discovered, from actually completing everything associated with your quest log. All right, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you made it this far, please consider liking the video and hitting that subscribe button, as I am going to continue making content. I just switched to a new video editing software, so content's going to be a little bit slower coming out, but it should be a lot better. The software I was using before was just a nightmare. It drove me insane. And I'm just switching to Adobe, and life is so much better editing these videos. So can't wait to make more content for you guys. I just started up school, as well as some classes through my work that I got to be taking. So I am going to be really busy, but I am also going to be trying to get content out while learning the new software at the same time. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think that's the most important part. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll be making more content soon. So until then, see you guys in the next one. Take care.